welcome back to the Foundation. This is Swaytov, hopefully we can make something lit. We'll see what happens. I like personally, I personally like, I like using complex sounds, and it's like, yeah, technically you can make your own complex sound by combining sounds, by layering sounds, but then it's just like, by then it's just like you probably already made a melody getting that far, unless you're just layering one shots. But making sounds from scratch is a good thing. When you start making sounds from scratch, me personally, I'll just make something that just is basically the melody. Now, the thing is about complexity is that some people, and I'm not saying what I'm about to make is complex, I'm basically just talking real quick before I start doing this, is that the thing about complexity is that people say, well, something's too complex. You're not really leaving much for like an artist. Now, that's a skill issue. It's skill diff. You kidding me? Like, you could just reverb it. You could just reverb what you made, and that should leave some space, technically, in my opinion, right? Yeah, I understand if it's very upfront and, it doesn't sound like you could put anything over that, but melody is melody. You feel me? And putting lyrics over it's within its own category. There's always something possible to do with it. I think there's always going to be a space. I think even if this, right? Let's say you want to put like words over a complex melody beat type shit. Maybe what you have to say should naturally cut through if it's good enough. But honestly, though, let's see what we got here. One thing I don't think is so bad is pressing Alt P in FL Studios and you just get a corporate. Let's see. We're not gonna use that, but I always stay in minor key, harmonic too. By the way, I don't know if that's just how I've basically done everything. When I tried to learn how to make a beat, that's very important. If you learn how to make a beat, you shouldn't learn how to make that specific thing that one person's telling you to do. You need to get the idea of it, take it on to the next. Because I promise you, I will use minor key for everything. It doesn't matter because there's infinity down the lane. Of any lane you go with music, music is what? It doesn't end, right? You could just literally master one thing and get really good at it, to be honest, and probably find success. And I'm not saying mastering hi-hat and stuff that's boring. Oh, wow, you made really good hi-hat patterns. So does AI. It's not really that hard to make a hi-hat pattern. I'm talking about, I guess, making something. I don't know. I'm talking. I can't. Oh yeah, Bill the cat. You're probably gonna see and hear him making noise. I like orchestral stuff, but I can't imagine this is anything that I would want to use. You just play around with some keys. I like orchestral stuff, to be honest. I need better orchestral VSTs. I'd make some crazy stuff. That right there is like fire. I know it sounds so simple, but it's like, I think it's fire. What do you want, Bill? Ba, 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 ba. You could have, like, to add something, like, just going up adds energy. Going down adds a certain type of energy, right? But now, what I just did at the end of that was me already thinking about 808s, to be honest. I hear something else. I gotta. Only because maybe I don't need it. Because I'm about to turn this. this is good enough. Like I could just add more notes. I like stacking notes with the chords. Like it's just so like there's just something powerful about it, right? And I know these are very simple, but you just keep at it. Come on, Bill. This ain't the Olympics. Hey, you hear Snoop Dogg is hosting or something? The Olympics are representing. That's crazy. I said what? Like I saw the headline for that. I said what? And I had to see that. And some people in the comments were, I was like, Snoop Dogg out of all people? Like, that doesn't make any, in Italy. I don't know, maybe it's in America. No, it's not in America, bro. Shit's in Italy. It makes 0 sense. We can add some high notes here. Speaking of high, speaking of Snoop Dogg. But, that's funny. Anyway. That could work. You know, I always add high notes, you know. I feel like to add ultimate layerage, I might want to just go straight to a different sound and add that D. That sounds completely Diddy. What's up, baby? Say something about it. Let me add that D to that sound, baby. Shit. Maybe I don't want it to be strings. You know, it's already sound string orchestra. Man, who cares? Who cares? I kind of care. We're just gonna do brass. Hey, that could. And like, the more down this goes, I feel like the more I should. This goes up. That has to be the lead. That has to be on the downbeat. I'm already doing something different. Doesn't matter. In terms of Donna. Wait, what? That needs to come in earlier. Funny enough, this needs to come in a little bit earlier. Wah, wah. And you would say, well, where's that going to? Wah. And that's the 808 right there. Bum, 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 bum. There's 808s. It all just ties in. And maybe that's like the issue because it just seems so simple to make the beats the way I make it. I'm not even saying this is fire. Also, this is not complex. This is also not complex, by the way. That's an important thing to note. I just went with the sound and said, "Fuck it." Bum, bum, bum. See, I'm gonna just keep it like that. Too high. Fuck it. Oh yeah, this is definitely a beat where percussions can like really make or break. I feel. I probably should turn this lead down, right? And also, I feel like changing it too. Like, I feel like it should just be like a high brass. Change the serum number 2 to something else, maybe, but it maybe doesn't matter. Oh wait, no. I need to turn this down. Yeah, percussions would be fire. Turn all like the instruments down. Add some really nice percussions, like some ghost percussions. I like percussions that are basically like real percussion, like shit from over the world. I need to buy good VST or like stuff, samples or whatever, just cause like there's a realness to it that we all feel, right? Especially when it comes to melodies, by the way, too. Like there are sounds and stuff that are just there, frequencies and stuff that are just there. Alright, like a piano, a harp, guitar, like instruments. Feel me? They're there for a reason. You feel me? Percussions, like, and like we're always gonna gravitate towards that, in my opinion. Something natural is always gonna come out of that. But then when you start getting into stuff that's like artificial, not really real, you know, you have to have an ear for it. You know, when it comes to certain things, other things, I feel like there's always gonna be a feel to it. But then what am I saying that when some people don't know anything about music, right? But people do know stuff about music because they feel music when they listen to it. Just might be hard to make it. So I'm not gonna add those percussions. I might add it later because I feel like playing League of Legends, to be honest, but I'm gonna add the hi-hat and the snare. And it's gonna be the most simple snare. I just do the 3 and the 7. I might add a little like little high stuff. Nothing crazy while this cat just touches the key. Like, hey Bill, you need to chill. I'm gonna just add this because it's cut in 3. It's an idea.